So it's the end of the day. I don't look so bright and cheery. I look tired, but that's okay. I'm just sitting here working on a newsletter for Education Haiti for my mom. And I just wanted to share a quick word, only a couple minutes. Our church, we have been doing a word of the year instead of what are they called? New Year's resolutions, and picking one word and really studying it. And this year I promised myself I was going to dive into it as much as I could. And my word is self-control. I thought I knew what I wanted this word to focus on, and there's so much more. Those of us who are trying to lose weight all the time, every year, over and over again, self-control seems to be what you need. But God is taking me much more deeper with that. And I was reading in this book, Smith Wigglesworth devotional, on April 2nd, and he had one statement that he said, and it just really struck me. It said, "The elect of God are those who are pressing forward." The elect of God cannot hold still. They are always on the wing. Every person who has a knowledge of the elect of God realizes it is important that he press forward. He cannot endure sin or shady things. The elect are so earnest to be elect for God that they burn every bridge behind them. And the word, I have a journal and I kind of stick some pictures and stick some things in it. And one of the things was a word blurb about self-control and self-discipline, and the word changes in there, and I highlighted it. And that's what I realized for this year. And I know everything is so different for us with COVID, and now I've got my Nova Scotia sweater, and I just realized that the shootings and the devastation in Nova Scotia right now, there's so much going on, but that doesn't mean that we as Christians stop changing, stop pressing forward, stop pushing in. I was listening to a song, and it's called "A Man of Your Word," and I just believe that God is a man of his word. But my desire is, and I wrote this, that changes my desire, not to stay the same, not to be here at the end of the year. Moving forward always is what Smith Wigglesworth said in the devotional today. The elect are always moving forward. Colossians 3:1-7 talks about this. It focuses on our behavior. Our habits and behaviors are so crucial to our walk. There are many things that can be said to encourage and tickle the ears, but more needs to be said about who we are as we represent Christ. We are his ambassadors here on earth, the ambassador of the kingdom of heaven. 2 Corinthians 5:20, I think it's 5:20, I can't even read my own writing. 5:20 calls us ambassadors of Christ. So that's all I want to say today is push forward for that change, even in the midst of all this, and those who can't go out, and those who are sitting around, and those who are just wishing they could be with family and worried about things. Just stop for a minute and push in worship and reading the word. Push in and see what change God has for you this year. Even though everybody looks at this year as a pretty devastating year, at the end of the year, God can still come through. He can turn all things to good for those who love the Lord. So my word of encouragement today is you are an ambassador. We are all ambassadors, and let's never forget that. Thanks. Bye.